on. We got preseason number 2. I'm Jeff Brault with my backcourt mate Chris Smooth Williams, and we're joined by the Iona Gales, new head coach Tobin Anderson and graduate transfer guard Joel Brown. Guys, welcome to Atlantic City. Thanks for some time.
Great to be here.
Thank you.
Coach, simply, off the top, you come over from Fairleigh Dickinson University. What about Iona and New Rochelle was so appealing to you?
It'd be a long show to talk about all that. You know, I mean, just the tradition, the sustained excellence, the winning, the support, the fans, the alumni, the boosters. It's a great place. It's a great basketball school. I mean, I'd argue one of the top, 50 schools in the country as far as just support and tradition. And so, our job now is to keep that going. Me and JB are here, and the team's here to try to keep that going and add to that. But it's a great place to be if you're a basketball guy. It's a great place to coach and to work. So I'm excited to be there.
JB, so much talk about the transfer portal.
Right.
How's your transition been from Cal to Iona?
The transition's been smooth. Honestly, Coach Tobin has done a great job of just letting me be me and just helping me out and allowing me to use the experiences that I've had my past 4 years and bring it here to Iona with the younger guys and the new transfers. So I'm looking forward to the season ahead and just being able to be out there with the new conference and kind of just on the new coast being on the East.
Coach, you talk about the tradition at Iona, right? Tim Cluse, Rick Pitino, they set the bar awfully high. Is that a blessing for you in your first year, or does it set expectations at a level that might be uncomfortable?
I mean, you always want to win, right? No matter who's before you, who's after you, you always want to win. So no matter, as a coach, we're trying to have success and trying to win the conference and go to the NCAA tournament. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's a blessing to me. It's like all these guys have been here, they've won, they've had success, and so there's a blueprint in place of how to win in this conference and do well. And so we're going to try to put our own spin on things. We got our own way of playing, our own style, own thing. But it's a great thing. I mean, you can look at those the rafters and see the banners and the NCAA banners and that kind of. There's a great tradition here of winning, and so. But we want to win. I mean, listen, we haven't. JB and us and the new team, we haven't won anything in Iona yet. I mean, that's what's happened in the past. So it's like we want to go in there and do our own thing, and win big and put our own tradition in place.
Well, JB, the Gales have been the darling of this league.
Right.
There's no question about that. When you come into this league from the Pac-10, oftentimes the mindset as a player, and I can relate to this,
Right.
I'm coming here to go to work. What are you thinking as a guard
Right.
coming into a new conference, possibly coming down from the Pac-10 to the MAAC?
Yeah, so, I mean, I've been blessed to be able to play in the Pac and play against some great players like Payton Pritchard and older guys like that you see in the NBA. And so, for me, it's not even coming down and thinking like, I'm coming down to a lower level, but it's more so how can I use the skills that I've been able to, to work at Pac-12 and bring it down here and be able, to win games as a team individually, but also be able to, specialize in just different areas. And so I'm looking forward to the opportunity. I think, Coach Tobin has done a great job of just, like I said, just allowing me to be me and just learning through his, new system. It kind of benefits me because it helps just in the way I play and the team plays. So I'm just looking forward to it, and I'm excited, honestly.
Joel, when you take a look at some Cal film and then you see
Right.
how Tobin Anderson's teams have played historically, you excited to maybe take the shackles off this year, run up and down the court, get a little more up-tempo?
I definitely am. I've been looking forward to that experience of just playing back, up and down, a full court, and then just kind of just playing off of instincts. And he's trusted us, and we built a lot of chemistry throughout this past summer, and building just a lot of the plays and just being able to go up and down is just the fun part. And so I know it's going to be exciting this year, and I'm definitely looking forward to playing at a different pace than I'm used to.
This question is for both guys. For you first, Coach. When you hear this term, who do you think of, and what do you think of? I may be right. You may be wrong. Coach, you first. When you hear that term, I may be right, you may be wrong. Who do you think of, and what do you think of?
You've been
watching
the Greg Gordon show. You've been watching our Greg Gordon show. Yeah. Listen, a lot of times, like, I trust my player. Like JB said, like, these guys are new, but like I trust my players, And so a lot of times we'll go through practice. We play so fast. Like, I'm excited about the fact that, like, JB comes from a program that played a lot slower last year. We're going to play faster, go up and down, score some points. We're letting them play, right? So a lot of time we're playing so damn fast, I can't figure out what's going on. So a lot of times I'm wrong too, and so maybe they're right. So I'm right more often than not, probably, but I'm not right all the time. So yeah, that's a great line.
JB, how about that? Again,
I think of
that
Coach.
comes from Coach.
Yeah,
That's
it comes from
Coach's
Coach.
quote.
But I mean, like I said, it's humbling because, like he said, he's not always right. So at the end of the day, it's good to have just that dialogue between the player and the coach, and just understanding who may be right or wrong in that situation, and just looking back and how we can move on from it. So it's all jokes at the end of the day because it's funny.
Shout out to the GG Network.
Shout out to Greg.
Top ranked show in all of Westchester County.
Coach, look, unless my math is wrong, right, you need 5 to play basketball, and Smooth will double-check me on that. When you took over at Iona, you had 1. And Osborne Shem is a heck of a 1, but it's still just one guy. You and your staff had to rebuild the entire roster. How'd you go about that task?
We've become kind of like professionals at doing that. We had to do the same thing at FDU last year. So it's like, you do it once, you get your feet wet a little bit. Now we're doing it again. There's a lot of guys out there now. With the portal can be a good thing, too. There's more players out there. I mean, we were able to get a guy like JB, Edon, Terrell Williams. Guys who are out there, really good players who are available, who are great kids, come from great programs. So there's more options, So now, listen, I don't want to go back there and do it again. To do it one time and it's like 12 new guys is hard. But I really like the guys we have. I like the guys we brought in. I like the chemistry. I like the character of these guys. They play their tails off. We're making huge progress, maybe not as fast as you want to sometimes, but we're going to get there, and it's a great group of guys, like I look back on those days, and I like all those recruiting dinners and recruiting trips and things like that, and I'm happy it's behind us. I'm looking forward to starting to play some games again this season.
The basketball's the basketball, right? But what about the interpersonal stuff? How do you build a true team and not just a bunch of guys that know how to run your system?
Yeah, and that's hard, right? That's probably the hardest thing. The basketball part is easy. I mean, I think when you have the summertime, we started in June. As JB will attest to, we started in June. Guys are on campus. We did a lot of trips. We did some New York City trips. We went bowling. We had water balloon fights. We read a book together, all that kind of stuff. But it's kind of the informal things, and them spending time together on campus, them going to meals, things like that builds that up. But if you have good guys, they're going to bond together. It's getting the right guys in place and then letting them kind of do their thing. And I think we have the right guys in place. I really do. I love the character of these guys, and I think we've already formed that. And listen, it's a long season ahead of us. I mean, part of that building process goes to the ups and downs, the adversity, handling wins, handling losses as we go through, and hopefully be the best team we can be come March.
Iona head coach Tobin Anderson, graduate transfer guard Joel Brown. Preseason number 2 in the MAAC. Guys, thank you for your time. Good luck this season.
Great.
Thank
Thanks,
you very
fellas.
much.